Welcome back to the grid for race 2. Conditions completely dry, but there's a bit of drama already because poleman Tim Reeves, fourth place man Ben Bygrave are not yet on the grid. They're a little bit late, and if they're not careful, they're going to run out of time. The grid forms up based on the race 1 result, which means Barry James and Jamie Wynn are right down there in 16th place. No points so far, so they've got a lot of work to do over 18 laps. They're going to be playing catch-up. But conditions, as I say, on the tarmac, really dry, which means everybody is on big, fat, slick, sticky tyres. This one's already warm. It's going to help a lot, and we're going to see a completely different race from the earlier one. So, as I say, 18 laps. Barry James with an awful lot of work to do. Tim Reeves now making his way through. So here he comes. 50 points his championship lead, taking up his place in pole position, and a fourth yesterday for Ben Bygrave. Can he make it to the podium? I'm getting out of the way. Well, having said that everybody's on slicks, a quick cursory glance showed me to be wrong. There are one or two sets of intermediates out there, but it looks very much, Roger, a slick course to me. But we're waiting for the lights to go out now. 18 laps, the full distance, a somewhat depleted grid. One or two haven't made it to race 2 here, but look at that from Scott Lorry. He dumped the clutch, he cut across the front of Tim Reeves, and the Scotsman leads for the first time here at Knockhill down the Seat curve. Heading on now towards Leslie's, the left-hander, Scotsman, third gear around here. A sprint down towards the next right-hander of Butchers. They're at it through the John Weir chicane. Up to 5th gear now along the back straight. 5th. Pulling top, down into 3rd, down 2 gears into Clark. Scott Lorry, James Neve. From pole position man, Tim Reeves, Greg Clues. Phil Bell, a cracking start, he's in 3rd. This is more like it.
He had Scott, he'll be well happy to be in front of his home crowd. But just, we didn't mention the grid's reversed here, Barry, and so those that, like Barry James is right on the back of the grid, so I'm sure we'll see him coming through.
16th place he's starting from, so he's got a bit of work to do. Yeah, the grid forming up, as I said, on the grid walk based on the race 1 result. So that gave Scott Lorry a front row start, and he's made best use of it too. He's looking good here. James Neve, very tall, very lanky, so he's got a lot of weight to distribute, and he uses it admirably. How he tucks himself down behind the nose cone defeats me, because he's a big lad. Here we are then, this the battle for the lead. Tim Reeves looking at the inside at the hairpin, still a little bit of a damp line on the inside. The rear wheel of Scott Lorry's bike drifting a little bit wide, but it's difficult. They haven't really had any dry practice. No,
I'm sure it does look damper in places, and I'm sure the intermediates are the right tyre. I'm not sure whether these are both on slicks or intermediates, but...
Oh, mistake there, a mistake there by Tim Reeves. He drifted wide onto the rumble strip, a puff of dust. Dust? Did I say dust? From the sidecar wheel, and he managed to collect it all and get it back on the black stuff. But that's given Scott Lorry a second advantage. The gap now extended. It is 2.1 seconds at the moment. The Scotsman leads Tim Reeves. There's the gap, visible. Is this going to be a home victory? 18 laps, a long way to go, but drifting wide out of the hairpin, contrasting lines. As you said, there is no given line round there, is there?
It's a strange bend, isn't it? But, again an accident in the back. That's John Clark again. He's not had a good weekend, has he? Got that. It's quite a bash then.
Well, he had a problem slowing it down. There must be a mechanical, but there he is. He's got the back end collected by Ben Holland and Lee Watson. Lucky not to ram him amidships. Tim Reeves has got his head down now, trying to catch the Flying Scotsman. And Scott Lorry going well. Second place firmly established in the championship for him now. There's John Clark, Stuart Graham. Their race is over. Front end damage. Well, you can see it. It was a big bang.
He must be disappointed, really. All the way from Ireland, and not the best of weekends. So perhaps he's going to have another go.
Beautifully turned out though, that outfit.
Yeah,
very,
really,
very smart indeed.
New leathers, new crash axes, everything. Great.
Yeah, good to see. And they're doing the whole championship, which is great. We do need the crews in to do all 8 rounds. A minimum of 16 races. Now the battle. Now Tim Reeves closing again on the back. Firmly established in 3rd place again.
Phil Bell, Ashley Hawes heading for a second podium on what he confesses is familiar ground. Good family atmosphere with these sidecar crews as well. If you want to contact any of them on the social networking sites, then one or two of the more familiar ones feature them. There might even be a group set up on Facebook. If you want to talk to these guys, then get in there amongst them and get the inside gossip.
So really good riding from Scott Lorry. He's riding really smoothly in front of his home crowd, not getting carried away. It's great.
Well, Ben Bygrave and Callum Lawson there with Roger Lovelock, Rick Lawrence. Now Lovelock closing as they come into the hairpin. Tight line, drifted, the back is on the inside. What a beautiful move. And in the same breath, Ben Bygrave drifted wide onto the rumble strip. Right behind him is arch rival, fellow young gun Ben Holland. You can see there that Bygrave opened the door. The invitation was there, registered male, and through went Roger Lovelock. The battle now for the lead though, coming under pressure. Scott Lorry on the number 72 black bike. James Neve holding down the rear wheel. More action from the passengers, a lot more sidecar weight called for in these dry conditions. Now, what's Reevesy going to do? Number 77, Tim Reeves, looking tight, but you're quite right, Roger. Scott Lorry is riding smoothly. He's keeping the door closed, a good bit of racecraft.
I'm sure he's riding really well. And, you know, you can see Tim, he's not playing with him. He's trying, especially as he comes through. This is a difficult corner.
Well, I've spoken on many occasions to Tim Reeves, and he acknowledges the talent coming through and the level of competition. He said, yeah, okay, I'm winning races, but I'm not having it all my own way, and we've seen that. And that is really good for the sport. Great entertainment, real racing. Here we go then, Tim Reeves taking a look on the inside. Is he going to make it stick? No. Looking back, Scott Lorry and James Neve. I can tell you the camera angle deceptive because Tim Reeves is a lot closer than he looks there. In fact, he's on the inside coming out of the hairpin. The climb again, and they're way down on the back part of the circuit. Round Hislops they come, up towards the hairpin again, down the gearbox, second gear. Scott Lorry riding impeccably, but for the first time we've seen Reevesy come out tight. He's in the slipstream now. Has the Honda got the power? Neck and neck, over the line they go. Nothing between them. Into the lead goes Tim Reeves and Greg Clues. Scott Lorry cutting back though on the inside. Oh, how close do you want it? That was amazingly close as they drop off down Sayre. Roger, breathless.
Yeah, as you say, he can't come down that inside, and Scott knew that. He had to back off. Now we're going to see perhaps Scott.
He was tempted though.
Yeah, he was tempted. He was definitely tempted. Yeah, he would be disappointed, I'm sure.
We're talking
Here we go,
through this.
Watch. He wants to have a go, but he knows he can't do it. He knows he cannot do it. And yeah, all credit to him, because it would have been easy to go in there and lose it.
It would result in both of them going into the ground.
Absolutely.
As it is, we've got a race here now still. Second place, Scott Lorry. Away out in the distance on another. Oh, spun it! Lorry and Neve have spun it. A pirouette for them. Phil Bell, Ashley Hawes up to second. Smoke from the back tyre, smoke from his brain. Fury under that helmet, I'm sure. Absolute fury. And coming up through the field, in the back of your picture there, a quick glimpse of Barry James and James Wynn. Talk us through this quickly.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's not got problems. It looks like he's struggling, but yeah, it's considering he was riding so smoothly early on, it just doesn't. Maybe he's just over trying.
Maybe the tyres cooked. Maybe the tyres. We saw it was a slicks.
I doubt that with the weather. It's so cold. I doubt it's time.
Barry James, James Wynn then, on the back of Roger Lovelock and Rick Lawrence. So from 16th, the Santander Salt number 3 red outfit is carving its way through the pack. Phil Bell closing as well. Number 8, Phil Bell, Ashley Hawes on the red and yellow bike up to second. We saw them past the stricken Scott Lorry when he was facing the wrong direction. But here's your race leader. 50 points then, looking more and more certain for Tim Reeves and Greg Clues, and an even bigger championship lead when they leave Knock Hill. But it's not over yet, still a long way to go. Barry James and James Wynn are eating up the seconds and eating up the laps here. Oh, across the grass again, Reevesy.
Same corner.
Same corner, went in too hot. That can't do a lot of good, bumping over there. Bit of motocrossing for them. Great stuff. It's catching everybody out. You know, it just shows how difficult it is.
Timmy nearly lost it earlier as well, didn't he? I mean, we saw him. That's why Phil Bell is back with him. But
yep. Well, great stuff. Over they go again. An 18-lapper. John Clark's race then definitely over. That's a shame. He obviously
same corner.
Yeah, endeavoured to keep going, but he's out of it. An impeccable performance again from Tim Reeves. One of life's characters, Tim Reeves. The sidecar wheel bouncing over the curb, didn't matter, because the next bend was a right-hander, throws it straight back down again. They can get away with that. It's a lot more, looks a lot more hairy than it is. Phil Bell, Ashley Hawes going really, really well. If they can make it to a second place on the podium, what a day it's been for them at Knockhill. From Bedlington that far, and of course Jeff Bell, Phil's father, TT winner. So sidecar racing very much in the blood in the Bell family. Interesting, they've got Bell helmets as well. Cut a nice deal there, didn't they?
It goes with the name.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Timmy's beginning to get into a nice rhythm now.
Here we go, past the Lovelock Lawrence outfit. Barry James, number 3, Jamie Wynn, right behind Andy Peach and Charlie Richardson. They share an awning, this pair, so they're mates off the circuit. Good buddies, but when it comes to racing, it's daggers drawn. Let's watch Barry James. Let's talk him through. He's getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Jamie Wynn, the big passenger on the back, as I say, straight off the back of TT success in the Isle of Man. So now the number 4 L&W machine, the white bike ahead of Barry James, will be the next one to fall under the hammer. And he's desperate for points, having scored none in the first race.
And I'm sure he's fired up for the first race, having crashed, you know. He wants some points, but, you know, his pride's dented as well. You know, he's definitely going to want to pass them.
Well, he needs to. 3rd in the championship now. Oh, spun, he spun, he spun. Oh, no, another monster crash. Another monster crash. Not exactly a carbon copy, because it wasn't the same place, but what a huge crash. Again, Barry James stuck under the outfit. This is getting to be a habit. Now, he's on intermediate tyres.
Yeah, right.
Intermediate, sidecar front, slick rear.
Big crash.
Mixed and Matt. That was a very, very big crash indeed. Jamie Wynn shaking his head. Barry James out of the outfit. Talk us through this, Roger.
Well, he looks to get a slight. He's coming in too fast. You know, at once, definitely too fast coming in. But if you watched, he got on the grass coming into the corner, and I think that's where the problem started. But lucky the people behind. Look, watch. See, he's out of shape there already.
Oh, dear.
Big accident. Lucky there was nobody behind. Look.
Well, we're holding our breath here, but Roger Lovelock and Rick Lawrence negotiating that, though. Debris all across the track. This will be a red flag. This will be a red flag, and so deep into the race, indeed it is. That's a result then for Tim Reeves and Greg Clues on the Paget's Honda. 2 wins for that pair. Phil Bell, a 2nd place to complement his earlier 3rd place podium. Peach and Richardson, they're on the podium. Lovelock Lawrence, Ben Bygrave, he nearly crashed with that incident, but he made it 5th. Laurie, don't know what happened to Scott Laurie, but 7th there, so he dropped down the order dramatically. There it is, James and Wynn, another DNF, another 0 for them.
Andy Peach, Charlie Richardson, 3rd place, a podium finish. It wasn't looking like that, was it?
No, we'd made a real wrong call with the tyres. We'd gone with intermediates, and it was a big struggle. Luckily, Scott sort of had problems, so we called him. But in the early part of the race, it just wouldn't ride how I wanted it, and in the end I adapted to the 3-wheel slide everywhere, and it came together. But it was hard work, and because it was 4 laps short, relieved.
Charlie, can you as a passenger feel, if you're on intermediate and it's moving around, can you feel that?
Yeah, you can feel it very much, because you can feel it moving on the blocks of the tyres quite a fair bit, where it's getting too hot for the surface.
Phil Bell, Ashley Hawes, what about that then? 1 step better up on the podium, 2nd place.
Yeah, I was hoping for that today, to be honest, but I didn't think it wasn't looking very promising at the beginning of the race. Sorry, struggling with the top end of the motor, but I just kept at it, and I could see the front two making a few mistakes, and then obviously Scott spun off, got past him, and then just I didn't make any mistakes. Really happy with the result.
No, you did look smooth, Ash, and third place there. You were watching, and Scott was slipping and sliding about a bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, I noticed him moving around a lot more. As soon as Tim got past him, he was trying a bit too hard, I think. Every time he's going into most of the fast corners, the back was breaking. We was really smooth. I could see us catching, but then lucky enough, he did spin and helped us get through. And then we thought we was going to go for the top step as well, where we see Tim go down into the first corner and straight across the grass. But he managed to hold it and get through to it. So as it got red flagged, we did have a chance to catch up. So.
Phil, a little bird told me before Knockhill that Phil Bell likes Knockhill, so that little bird wasn't lying, was it?
No, I love it, yeah. I must thank one person this weekend. I've been really struggling this year with the new tyres and everything, the money things it's costing. And Graham at Autominster Garage he's more or less bought us a set of tyres this weekend. It's great help. Just really appreciate it.
Tim Reeves, Greg Clues, another win, so double victory here at Knockhill. You know, I'd like to say that was a walk in the park, but it wasn't exactly, was it?
No, it was a bit different, wasn't it? There was a few wet patches in the wrong places. We had a couple of excursions, but thought I'd have learnt the first time, wouldn't you? And, but it was good. Scott got away in front, and it was good. I think we could have had a real good battle. It's a shame he had a bit of a mechanical problem, but yeah, there was a big wet patch into the first corner, and I went in there a bit, hit it, and it ran a bit wide and got on a bit of the mud, and then got back and chased him, and then went in there again after I'd got by and completely misjudged it again, hit the water straight off through 2 lots of gravel. But yeah, it's good fun, isn't it? It was nice to get back on, and luckily I didn't know if we'd done any damage, but it was all right, and I'm over the moon with the wind, yeah.
Greg, you've seen Knockhill in the wet, and you've now seen it in the dry. And for the first 4 laps, when Scott Laurie was away in front, were you thinking we just might not catch him?
Yeah, but I really enjoy this race. We have a good fight with Scott. I'm really sorry for him, but it's a race, and I'm happy for this win.
Well, that's the end result of everything they've done. 65 points now, the lead. Reeves and Clues have over Laurie and Neve. Phil Bell, third. He must have won enough prize money now to go on to Snetterton. Surely we'll see him there. He can't let this opportunity slip. Some of those guys will be back. We want to see the Birchells out as well at Snetterton. And, of course, everybody down the lower order there. Still an awful lot to go for. In 18th place, Greg Lambert, Carl Schofield from Catterick. They've got a lot of potential. We haven't seen the best of them yet, that's for sure. Smith and Stevens, bottom of the pile, at a point's a point.
Well, that's it from Knockhill. What a thrilling and eventful round 3, I have to say. Poor old Barry James, he goes away pointless again. And that's what happens when you run off the track at Knockhill into the mud. He rolled it in the rain yesterday, did something similar today. Mercifully, both guys perfectly fit and well. So they live to fight another day at Snetterton, which is round 4 of the Eastern Airways F1 British Sidecar Championship. That's going to be a thriller. It's on the new circuit, so watch it. Make sure you don't miss it. But from all of us at Knockhill, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.